Be'ezrat Hashem, we're back in the limud from Sefer Yirat Hashem. Today is the 15th of the month of Elul, Wednesday, the 4th day of Parashat Shabbat Kitabot. No, it's fine, listen. You'll hear me. Baruch Hashem, I know how to talk. You don't have to shh anybody. If they want to be listening, they're listening. Not. So over here, we're continuing in Sefer Yirat Hashem from Moshe Amber. So he says like this, I'm going to give you another סיפור of Arizal, he says. ועוד מסופר על אריזל, שפעם אחת התנמנם באמצע לימודו בערך חצי שעה. All of a sudden, he fell asleep in the middle of learning for half an hour. השתעורר חייך. As soon as he awoke, he was smiling. ושאלו, מה פשר החיוך הזה? אריזל. So, and when he woke up after half an hour of a little nap, they asked him, why were you smiling? ואמר שהפרשה של היום הייתה פרשת בלק ובלעם. So he said, on that week, they were learning פרשת ובלק ובלעם, the whole concept. ושמע בזה עכשיו חידושים למעלה בשמיים על בלעם. So I was hearing something that was talking about in שמיים about בלעם. הפלא ופלא, שאם עכשיו ואספר לכם מה ששמעתי, בחצי שעה הזו יש צורך זמן של 80 שנה עד שיפסיק לספר לכם את הכל. He says in a half hour that I fall asleep, so much Torah was given over to me in reference to Bilam, that if I'm going to start telling you what exactly was prescribed to me in those half hour when I was sleeping, I'm going to need 80 years without non-stop talking. Just to describe to you what happened in that half hour when I was in Shamayim and they were discussing the inyan of Bilam. Just 80 years in this lifetime, talking non-stop, 24/7, 365 days a year, that will be just discussing for that half hour how much discussion was transcribed in Shamayim. Okay? Yes, okay. V'zechut ha'arizal yagen aleinu v'al kol Yisrael amen. So we're talking about, right? When we're saying every question in the Torah, right? Everybody is wondering the first letter of the Torah, Bet. So some people are satisfied. You give them 5 answers, so with 5 reasons of why the Torah started in Bet, they're satisfied. Yeah? How can you be satisfied when there are minimum at best that were brought down to this world 42 million answers to this question? You hear what we're talking about here? Question, why the Torah starts with Bet? Some people might be even happy with 2-3 answers. In reality, at the Har Sinai came down 42 million answers. But 42 million answers in Har Sinai, it's only what came down. Okay? But in reality, to that question, you could have infinite answers. Infinite answers why the Torah starts with the letter Bet. But that's only letter Bet. Let's go to the next letter, the word. Why nobody cares about the next word? The next letter. Bereshit, Reish. Why is the second word letter of the Torah is Reish? And the third letter and the fourth letter, and you could ask why is the 6,000th letter, 6,000th letter, yeah? And just that question alone. Why is the Torah letter number 300,000 X, Y, and Z? Right? I don't know what the letter is. Yeah, what's up? But just to get an answer to that question, that came down on Har Sinai, it's 42 million answers. So we are Baruch Hashem satisfied. Why are we satisfied? Why are we satisfied? Because we're bunch of buru amaratzim. We don't know nothing, and we don't even have a desire to understand anything. We're satisfied. Sometimes we do a Parshat HaShavua, we read a little bit Rashi, and we a little bit there. We're satisfied. Halas.
Who brings it down? The 42 million.
42 million? Chazal. It's 70 times 600,000. It's 70,000, 70 times Pirushim on each question that was just brought down
from each person.
At that moment, at that time. Now, if you learn, there's more Chazal that tell us that every person who is born in this world is bringing new Pirushim. Each person that's born in this world brings more Pirushim, Chidushim that were never said by anybody. And everything in the Torah. Like yesterday we were discussing a question of going to the bathroom and washing your hands. So there's a machloki between Rav Ovadia and Chazon Ish. Chazon Ish says what? You know Rav Ovadia? that if you wash your hands in the bathroom, because when the person relieves himself, he relieves himself into the water, right? He relieves himself and flushes it down, and therefore when he flushes it down, it's not like here. And the Raya, Chazon Ish says, you're allowed to wash your hands in the bathroom, you don't make a bracha, but when you come out, you make a bracha. That's Chazon Ish. Rabbi and most Sephardim poskim and Mekubalim, Bevadai, say no way, you have to go wash outside, right? You have to wash outside your hands to make a bracha, and the whole stuff. If there's no choice, you go to the, like in the airport or in the plane, in the right, then you have no choice. But yesterday all of a sudden we were discussing this with the Rav. So I pointed out there's a very famous Gemara that says that inyan of Tumah could be mitbatel. How? By pouring a revid of water into it. So the Gemara asks, wait a minute, is it that you had the revid of water there before, or you had the water of revid after? So it's mashma from the Gemara that here's the Raya for Chazon Ish. Why the Mekubalim and Avadia argue, where in reality, when the person is making number one and number two, it goes straight into the water. How much water is there? More than revid, more than 84 grams, 83 grams, whatever you call revid is, right? So obviously, right away it's mitbatel Tumah. So if the Tumah is mitbatel right away, so lechoira you could wash your hands in the bathroom without any question. But if you look at the poskim, nobody mentions it. But the Gemara actually does discuss it. So sometimes you need people new people are born to this generation, into this world. They are mechadesh all the new concepts, and that's what the Rabbi wanted to end off, right? And he wanted to end off the parasha with the concept of what's his name? He's not actually ending the parasha over here. He's going to go now into discussion of the size of the teva. Size of the teva. Tomorrow we're going to learn musar from every element that's pointed out in the teva. Why it's 350? What is 100 there? What's going on? All those measurements have the hint to us, and Be'ezrat Hashem, hopefully we'll learn something from it to gain more Yirat Shamayim. Be'ezrat Hashem, a wonderful day. We'll continue now in Halacha.